All right, so let's talk about inequalities. So chapter 6 is about inequalities. Probably if you're coming from elementary school, you were calling these like alligators, like which way is the alligator going to eat, things like that. So you should know what less than is and greater than. Okay, less than means everything is less than the value you're writing. Greater than means greater than. Less than or equal to means the answers are less than or the exact number you're illustrating. Greater than or equal to is greater than that number, or it can actually equal that number. Okay, so we're going to be writing phrases into inequalities using these inequalities. So here we go. So the length of a piece of wire, I, so I is our variable, is longer than 20 1/4. So every single value is longer than 20 1/4. Does this mean that it can equal 20 1/4? No, it means that everything is longer. So all of the piece of wires, all the piece of wires are greater than 20 1/4. Okay, because all of the wires are longer than that. So I, no matter what number it is, no matter which piece of wire I grab, it's going to be greater than 20 1/4. All right, so that's the answer. We're turning phrases into inequalities. So now let's see here. So an unknown value x, so x is our variable, so you don't know what that number is at most -4. So -4 is the biggest number it can possibly be, which means it can equal it. So I know that x can equal -4. Now, if this is the most, then all of these possibilities are less than -4. So x is less than or equal to -4. I know it says most, and you're putting a less than sign, so it's slightly confusing, but this is the largest number it can be, is at most -4. So every possible value of x is less than or equal to, because it can be -4, and that's the inequality that comes from that. All right, so now this one here. So the cost of pizza C will be at least $8. So $8 is the lowest price it's going to be. So again, it can be $8. So it's going to be one of the equal tos. So I'm going to put that line already underneath. And here's $8. So the cost of the pizza will be at least $8. So it can be $8, but $8 is the lowest amount. You haven't been in a while, maybe the prices went up. So the cost of the pizza is going to be greater than or equal to $8. So C is going to win no matter what, or be equal to, because the pizza is going to be at least $8. Right? You owe me at least $8, which means you better give me $8 or more. So Zoe's age, Z, is not 11 years old. So not, which not represented in the beginning vocabulary, is going to be distributed with an equal sign with a line through it. So Z is not 11. One of the easier questions you're going to be getting in this section. So Z is not 11, and that's represented with that, because it's not an equal sign. All right, now let's go to the next ones. So we're going to be doing questions 5 and 6 for practice. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, and it's on page 364. Okay? So Sally's age, A, is at most 15. So it can be 15. So A, I know it can be 15. But now, Sally's age is at most 15. So a possible answer is 15, a possible answer is 14, a possible answer is 13. So these numbers are lower. So A is going to be less than or equal to 15. Now let's see 6. So the width of the picture, W, so W is our variable, is shorter than 8.5. So it can't be 8.5, so there's going to be no equal to sign here. So it's going to be shorter than 8.5. So W is less than 8.5, because no matter what it is, it's going to be less than 8.5. Okay, so now our next practice questions are going to be 7 and 8. I'll give you 5 minutes to do them. They're still on page 364. Let's start here. So a value V does not equal negative 2.5. So V, one of our easier questions, does not equal negative 2.5. That was easy, right? Number 8, Steve's height, so we don't know Steve's height, but is at least 48 inches. Last time you saw him, he was 48 inches. So maybe he stayed the same, or maybe he got taller. So at least 48 inches. So Steve's height, so H, we know that it can be, because it says at least, so 48 inches, that would mean that he stayed exactly the same height. And then it says at least 48 inches. So that means all the other possibilities are that he's taller. So H is always going to be greater than 48, or there is a possibility that he is equal. And that's it.